What's up, fans? Our partners here at Bet Online continue to be the number one source for all your betting needs and sports info. Find all the latest odds, news, sports developments, including this year's NBA Finals, NHL hockey conference finals, Major League Baseball, and the latest fighting news, even next season's early NFL futures. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Use our promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, to get the bonus and get into the action. Bet Online, where the game starts. Not only does this Bet Online sponsor the Bossman Show, they'll sponsor you too. Get it, Bet Online today, because the boss man said so. Bossman Show, friend of the show, Coach Ron Hunter, Tulane Green Wave, living up in New Orleans. Coach, how you been, man?
Man, I'm doing well, blessed, and really, really hot down here in the South.
Hey, you got that right, Coach. You got that right. Hey, man, last year, man, you had some improvement over your first 2 years, man. 10 conference wins. Tell me about seeing your guys improve and really buying into your system and having guys play the way you want them to play always, Coach.
Well, we took over this job, man, right in the middle of COVID. And so, and a program that for 2 years before we got here didn't even win a conference game. And so, the build has been, I wouldn't say slow, just different with everything that we had to go through. And even last year, man, we were displaced with the hurricane for 30 days. And so it's been a lot, but man, we've got the culture built in the program. We got really good players. It's funny, people told me we couldn't win here, and we proved that wrong. And so this year, we expect to be really good, and we got everybody back. And so as long as that coach doesn't mess it up, man, we got a chance to do something special this year.
Hey, Coach, you all was in a lot of close games last year, man. But I still be all people. Ron Hunter can coach his butt off. I've seen it first. I've seen it in person. He can coach his butt off. Say you was in close games last year. You really didn't get blown out too much, so you got to compete every night. In some games, you probably say you should have won at a close game. So I feel like people should have saw what you did, Georgia State, and know that hey, he's gonna transfer around. He got the guys in who he wants to have in place. They'll be okay soon enough. And there we are. You're good to go now.
Well, I appreciate that. And so, not only at Georgia State, we were able to kind of do the same thing at IUPUI and got that program going and turn it, and head in the right direction. And so we're really excited here, man. It's a really tough league. And, we've been trying to catch that bear on top of the mountain, which is Houston. And, we're getting closer and closer. And I think this is the year that, because it's their last year in the league also. So we're excited, man. Again, this is, it's been a lot of work, but it's been a lot of fun. And, and living in New Orleans is not a bad place to live.
I hear that. Speaking of the work, Coach, workouts are probably going on for you guys right now. So how's it been having you guys on campus again, working them out, actually having a season of workout because with COVID, you couldn't really do it the way you wanted to. Having them develop the skills, man, because you and I both know this time is when the guys get better on their own. Then they'll come, the fall is about to sing. This time is your time.
Yeah, I'm a big believer that you can't win games in the summer, but you can lose them. And so you better get better. And, I always say that you either get better or worse. There's no such thing as staying the same. And that's what I love about this team. We got everybody back. We added a couple pieces that are really good. And so we've gotten better as a team. Now, individually, everybody's got to get better. And even as coaches, you got to get better. And so I'm a big believer, whatever you're doing in life, that each day you got to get better. Because if you don't get better, you're going to get worse. And I just feel like, every day we're getting better as a program. And I think nationally we can really compete for something special this year.
Most definitely. Coach, how's it been for you recruiting in Louisiana now? You was in Georgia all those years and Indiana all those years now. How's Louisiana having a comparison? And being where you are, you can kind of get guys that come to New Orleans. It's one of the national brand that we all know about. So how's it been for you? I know you love those transfers as well, Coach.
Well, I don't never have a problem recruiting, man. I'm always gonna get me some players, you know
You
that.
got
But
that right.
and I tell you what, it's been great, Louisiana, and we still recruit Atlanta really hard in the state of Georgia, and so I'm never giving that up, man. That's it's one of the hotbeds of basketball in this country, and so we're never giving that up. But we've got some really good ones here at Louisiana. We got some good ones to come back home, and so that always makes it nice when you can kind of get local guys also. But again, I'm always going to go back to my bread and butter, and a lot of times that's Atlanta. But we're doing a really good job here in the state of Louisiana, and especially here in the city of New Orleans.
And Coach Redskins, Coach Hunter, so you got in the business of coaching. How has it changed for you as a coach, having to manage players and how they're recruited? So how has it changed for you from the start when you started to now, man?
Well, I tell you what, man, I'm in 34, 35 years of doing this now. And it's a big difference. The NIL now has really changed the game and, recruiting kids. And, it's funny, the kids haven't changed much in the 30 plus years that I've done it. What's kind of changed is the parents, to be honest with you, and not in such a good or bad way, but, the involvement, when I was growing up, my mom, they paid me to college, say, you do what the coach says, that's it. You ain't worried about all the other things. And so you're happy to get a scholarship. Now you got to give them money and take care of these things and make sure mom and daddy happy, the AAU coach happy. And so it's a little different in that regard, but the kids for the most part are still the same. It's just, with social media, everything is everybody knows what you're doing and kids are more into the appearance of what it looks like than actual sitting down and by yourself and getting some work done.
No doubt, Coach Hunter. And you know what, man? For me, seeing it, I feel like you guys have more work, the NIL stuff, the portal. You guys got to kind of always recruit your own guys still more than ever, because you never know for guys with a back channel trying to get one of your guys or get in the ear that's why I hate, Coach. I feel like sometimes adversity is good for kids, but so they don't play a few games, they're ready to get put a ripcord. I like, hey, stick it through, get better, keep working. Guess what? It's basketball long season. Injuries happen, Coach. You both know that. You just might get your opportunity again.
Yeah. And I tell you what, sports, especially basketball, is just like life. Not everything's going to be, perfect all the time. And sometimes you got to kind of fight it out. And, I just look at the jobs that I've had, man. I've had some very tough jobs from IUPUI, Georgia State, now Tulane. If I've just given up, what would have happened? You just, again, I've been at those places for a long time to build them up. And sometimes in life, you got to kind of fight through some things. To get something good, you got to go through some stuff to get the good part of it. And so what are we teaching? I think that the values that we teach, that we allow kids just to pack up and leave when things get tough, it's a tough thing. But as a coach, you better adapt. Because if you don't adapt, you won't be in this business. And I think that's probably the one good thing I can look and say, man, throughout the years and all the things that I've done, I've been able to adapt. And so you've got to be able to adapt today in today's world, especially if you're trying to coach these young people today.
Same in radio too, Coach. I know what Zoom was to COVID, Coach. I didn't know what we was on the phone still. I didn't know what Zoom was, Coach. Yeah. Now I'm in my basement here, man. I can do it from right here. I had no idea to COVID was a Zoom. I love it though. Now I love it now, but I didn't know it then what it was.
Yeah, I tell you what, with recruiting and everything, think about the Zoom and recruiting, man. I'm such a hands-on person. I want to get to know your personality a little bit. And that's the part I did miss about recruiting. And when you're doing on Zoom, you can't get the person's personality. And that's kind of an advantage for me when I can sit across from a family in their living room and sell me and this institution. I could do that. Now I can still do it on Zoom, but I get a little better feel when I can sit with mom and dad sitting in the living room and kind of let them know what we can do for them.
Now, Coach Hunter, I'm friends with Matt Crenshaw, one of your former guys, man. Talk about the job he did at IUPUI, and if you can you give us a story about Crane that's radio friendly?
I don't know how many I got radio friendly, but I'm happy for Matt. He's got a tough job. They haven't won since when Matt was a player and I coached him there. It's been a long time, and trying to rebuild the brand back again is a tough deal. But I've got all the confidence in the world of him, and I know he's going to do great. It's funny. He was when I coached him, he was the oldest freshman in the country. People forget he was in the military. He's like a 25-year-old freshman. And so, it was a little different. But, man, I love Matt. Matt's great, and his work ethic is terrific. And so if they give him a chance at IUPUI, and that's the key, like most schools, everybody's, in this thing where you got to do it right now. And if you don't win right now, instant gratification. Give me some time. It didn't take 1 year to get it bad. And so it's not going to take 1 or 2 years to fix it. So you kind of got to grind with him and let him do his thing. And if he does that, I think Matt will do a terrific job at IUPUI.
Now, Coach, one of my friends you coach Odell Bradley. You got to tell me about Odell Bradley, because he told you a story about how he was in Nashville late to practice, and he was playing. I'm on my way, but he's really in Nashville dropping to practice. Tell me about Odell. He said you story about practice all the time, Coach. Tell me about my buddy Odell Bradley, man.
Man, listen, I've coached a lot of dudes in 30 plus years, but no one like Odell. Odell's in his own, he was in his own bracket, man. Really, really good player now. Really good player, good kid, man. But Odell, he went to a different beat now. And so you got to understand, you're talking about being able to coach different type of guys, man. Coaching, and I was young at the time. And so I was a young guy trying to coach a guy like Odell, man. But you know what he did? He prepared me for a lot. Like, again, I've had some interesting guys, and every time I get one of those guys that's a little eccentric, I always think of Odell. How did I handle that situation with Odell? Because, if Odell is telling you something, you kind of got to scratch your head sometimes and say, okay, now, is that right? Is he on his way, or is he Odell could be in Alaska. Who knows where he was at? But I love him and still try to stay in touch with him. But, man, he was a big-time player. When he came to playing, had no problems, no issues with that, man. When he got between those lines, that dude would want to play every single night.
What's funny is he's actually a coach now, which makes me laugh.
I know. I'm hoping getting some of that taste of his own medicine with that. I know. But
that's what makes me laugh. So you was his hair raiser, but you a coach now.
Man, I tell you what was great about him, man. He wanted to win. His drive to win was incredible. You get him to go to class and some of those other things and show up on time, man. That was a fight. But boy, when you got him there, the guy was ready. And so I'm pretty sure that even through all your experiences, good and bad, I've done that as a player myself. You take the good and the bad and you try to give it to these young people.
I hear that, Coach. Now I gotta ask you, man. You're in the food capital of New Orleans. You was in the food capital of Atlanta. Tell me this. What's your favorite spot in Atlanta? Favorite spot in New Orleans since you've been there, man?
Man, wow, that's a tough one there. Because Atlanta, man, I didn't have a go-to because I had so many places. And I would just say this: if I wanted seafood, I'm coming to New Orleans and get my food. If I wanted the entire environment and all the stuff and hanging out and having a good time, that social part, that's definitely Atlanta. So that's how I'll compare them. But I don't have just one places, but love both places, man. But if I need some seafood, though, and Atlanta got good seafood, but it ain't nothing like here in NOLA.
I hear that, Coach Hunter. Good to talk to you again, buddy. I missed you, and I hope to see you real soon. In Memphis, I'm going to have to make sure I see you in Memphis this year. So, for sure, man. So, we got to stay in touch, man. Hope to see you real soon, buddy.
All right, let's do that, man. Thanks again for everything. Take care and God bless.
Anytime, Coach. Thank you, brother.
All right, buddy. Good time.
All right. What's up, fans? Our partners here at Bet Online continue to be the #1 source for all your betting needs and sports info. Find all the latest odds, news, sports developments, including this year's NBA Finals, NHL hockey conference finals, Major League Baseball, and the latest fighting news, even next season's early NFL futures. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Use our promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, to get the bonus and get into the action. Bet online where the game starts. Not only does this Bet Online sponsor the Bossman Show, they'll sponsor you too. Bet online today because the boss man said so.